Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. McElhenney, and I'm making this informal educational video on how to create a poster. In this course, you'll be required to create a poster, and I want to make sure that you have good direction. So I'm going to share my screen, and hopefully I can share my screen. And that's not the screen that I want to share with you. So let's do this. I apologize for, here we go. Let's try this again. All right. So hopefully you're seeing the NUBS 305 Canvas course. It is not your personal Canvas course, but let's go into the homepage. This should look a little bit familiar here. And if we go to APA formatting and guidelines and sources, it should take you to the modules page. And then if you scroll down near the bottom, you can see sample papers and a poster template. So again, lots and lots of resources in this course to help your success. And I'm going to click on this NU 305 poster presentation template. This is one template that you can download. And I'm actually going to download it so that you can, I don't know whether that's going to actually, I don't think I'll be able to, I'll have to stop sharing. So let's try this. Stop sharing. Okay, then I want to share my poster presentation template. So once you download this poster presentation template, you'll need to edit it. And you can see that all of these different sections, they kind of are what you need to build your poster. I would suggest to pay attention to color and color contrast. You don't want to have dark font on a dark background, but so a light font on a dark background or a dark font on a light background. You want the reader to be able to easily read your poster. This template is only one possibility. If you went and Googled poster templates, you would find lots and lots. You are allowed to be creative with the color choices for your poster. So this gives you some, creativity, opportunities for creativity. So for your evidence-based practice poster, you'll want to first select that template, and then you'll go into the rubric for the poster. And I'm going to stop sharing the poster template right now, but get back into the Canvas course and show you this rubric. So overall appearance. Look at how to earn all four of the points for this section. Appealing to look at, visually pleasing colors. That's why I mentioned the contrast. Text, a good text. So think about, do you want to use a serif font, the ones with the little, hats on them, or the sans, that would be like Times New Roman, or the sans serif fonts like Arial. I wouldn't use an unprofessional font like I don't know, Comic Sans or something like that. But think about, your font. Use graphics. So, did you find an interesting graph? Are there pictures? Can you find a picture or take a picture that's relevant to your topic? You'll want to include something visually interesting so that the reader is drawn to your poster. And then pay attention to the amount of white space. There's usually a good balance. There shouldn't be a whole lot of white space, but enough so it doesn't get confusing um, as the reader reading through the poster. You'll also want to pay attention to the font size. So your heading should be a larger font, and then the in the white boxes on that template, they can be a smaller font size, but they shouldn't be any smaller than a 24-point font, with the exception of your contact information and the references. So 24-point font at a minimum. You should have an introduction and a background. It should be explicitly labeled and it should be easy to understand. I recommend that it's short and sweet. This could be in a narrative, like a short paragraph. And typically that introduction or background section is a short paragraph. The clinical question or problem, this is your PICO question. This too is going to be a really short, small section, but you want to make sure that your font size is large enough that the reader of the poster doesn't have to look for it or have to squint to see what it is. The purpose and the design. The purpose you've already written in your EBP paper, or you're writing it in your EBP paper. You can copy and paste the purpose into your poster. And the same with the design. Now, the design that you're going to write out in your EBP paper is going to be a little bit more explicit. You can use bulleted list here. So you explain how you got to your articles. You use the library database, you use CINAHL, you use ProQuest, you use Medline. You got this many articles. After review, you selected X number of quantitative and X number of qualitative. So that could be a bulleted list. Then your main points. So this is going to be equal to the number of articles that you've reviewed. So again, if you have a group of 3, you'll have 3 quantitative articles and 1 qualitative articles. That makes 4 main points. These should be bulleted lists within bulleted lists. So you really shouldn't have long paragraphs in each one of these, but short bulleted points. People that view posters, they are not there to read a whole research article. They want short, sweet, concise information. So the more concise and the bulleted lists, these are good things to have on a poster. And then your conclusions and applications to practice. Again, this should be a bulleted list. The bulleted lists are also going to help with your white space and help increase your font size because you're not going to have that whole big paragraph there. The next criterion there is author identification. Each one of the authors of your poster should be identified somewhere on your poster, along with some contact information. So don't get me wrong, I don't want you to put your home phone number or your cell phone number or your personal email number. Put your email number, and that will be sufficient. So I do want to protect your identity. but you do need to place some contact information in that author identification section from each of the authors. And then the last section on this rubric is references. So pay attention to your references. Make sure that your references are in APA 7th edition style. Now, hanging indents, don't worry about the hanging indents on the poster. They are really clunky to do in PowerPoint, which is the format of the poster. I'm not going to worry about hanging indent, but make sure that all the rest of your elements are in the appropriate format. The other thing I want you to pay attention to is that each one of your references should be cited in your paper. So I shouldn't see a citation in the body of your poster and nothing with that citation in your reference list. And I shouldn't see all these references and no citations in the body of your paper. So I hope that that explains or helps explain how to do a good poster. Again, if you have any questions about how to do a poster or specifically about your poster, please don't hesitate to contact me. We can meet, do a Google Meet. You can share your slide with me, or you can call me. We can set up a meeting. You can email me your poster and I can provide some feedback to you. So I hope that was helpful and have a great day.